4th and Goal with Coach J is proudly sponsored by Optimum Grading, a company that values accuracy, consistency, and accountability.
Ladies and gentlemen, here we are, 4th and Goal with Coach J. Great opportunity to interview an individual that I feel like is making a tremendous impact in college football right now. Somebody that I've grown very, very fond of, and I understand all of his principles and who he is. But I'm going to let him do his deal. I am not going to ask any questions that you guys are not familiar with. You guys know the situation. It's first, second, third, and fourth down. And then we're going to ask this gentleman to give us his goal for 2026. So, Coach, first down, tell him who you are, what you do, and give us a little something different. Tell us an interesting fact that we might not know about who you are.
Okay. Tony Elliott, head football coach, University of Virginia. Interesting fact about me is I studied engineering in college, and that's what I decided to do right out of college before I ever got into coaching.
So very intelligent young man. So he's moving really, really fast. Here we go, second down for you all. Coach, tell the young people that are watching this who may be playing high school football what they need to know about college football.
College football is really two full-time jobs. You're a full-time student at the highest level, competing in a classroom with the best of the best. And then from a football standpoint, it's a full-time job. And I think that the biggest thing when you transition to college is now you're amongst peers. A lot of times the best players in high school don't necessarily have peers because of their talent level or their ability. Now you get to a situation where you're competing against the best of the best. Mm-hmm. It takes development. It's not something that happens overnight. You walk into a program, you start all over, but you've already been through that since you've gone through that from a high school progression, from being a freshman all the way up to a senior. But the biggest thing I would say is that the work required is the equivalent of having two full-time jobs.
There it is. Here we go. Third down, Coach. I call it money down.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Please tell the younger coach what they need to know about being a college football coach when it's all said and done. What would you say to Coach Elliott if Coach Elliott walked up to you and said, hey, I'm trying to be a college football coach?
I said the biggest thing is just be present where your feet are. Mm-hmm. Don't be worried about the next chair. Just be present where you are and really value the growth and preparation that you're going through. I think a lot of times we want to focus on the future way too much, and we think we know, but we really have no idea. The other thing I would say is really invest in relationships, because when it's all said and done, records are going to go out the door. You're going to forget stats. You're even going to sometimes forget some of the games that you've coached in, but you'll never forget the relationships that you have, not just with the players, but also with your fellow peers.
Okay.
Right? And so I would just tell them, be present where your feet are, and don't wish your days away, and really just try to stay focused on the profession aspect and not get caught up in the business. The business is not ideal at the college level right now, but the profession is always what it's all about, and what that profession is just the opportunity to have an impact.
Wow, powerful. Here we go. Next one, Coach, fourth down. Who has been, or who are the people that have been the most influential in your football journey?
Well, in my football journey, I'd have to start with my aunt, who took me in, Miss Blondell Kidd, when I was a 12-year-old. I didn't understand anything other than ball.
Okay.
And she was a principal that told me that I had to have a B+ average in every class in order to play football. So she set the structure, the discipline, the accountability that I think I lean on most now today. So I start with my aunt, and then my high school coach, David Reese, had a big impact. He believed in me, and I played multiple positions at the high school level until I found a home. But he saw promise and encouraged me to try new things. I'd have to talk about my two position coaches in college, and Rick Stockstill and Dabo Sweeney. They believed in me from day one. They saw things in myself that I didn't even see. They challenged me to get outside of my comfort zone. When I wanted to be a guy that sat in the back of the meeting room, they moved me to the front. They wanted me to be a leader when all I wanted to really do was play ball and focus on myself. But I think all those things have really helped me in the position that I'm in now, because as a leader of young people and a leader of a staff, it's never about me. It's about the servant leadership aspect of the game,
okay.
And that's what they taught me.
All right, so I got a real quick question before we get to your goals. What position did you play in high school?
So I started out as a DB. I was a corner, and then I got moved to quarterback, and then I got moved to safety, then I got moved to tight end before I landed at receiver, and receiver is what I played in college.
So guys, please don't say you play one position. Be versatile in what you're doing. If Coach Elliott he can do it, you can do it as well. All right, Coach, last question. Again, it is called 4th and Goal with Coach J. What are your goals for 2026? We know you had an outstanding year in 2025, or what some people will call outstanding. I know when you're a coach, we always have higher standards. But what are your goals for 2026? Maybe for your program, your team, or even yourself and your family?
I think keep it real simple. It's just one goal is to manage success.
Okay.
I think chasing success is always the easy part. Managing success is the difficult part, and it starts with me. I think managing success for me coming off this season is that I renew go back to my foundation. I recommit to my scripture reading and really try to just grow closer to God. I think that's where it starts, and if I do that, then I'll be able to lead the way that He wants me to lead, because ultimately the goals, right, are what He has in store. And so I know we say that we want to win X amount of games. For me, it's not about winning X amount of games, but if I grow in my relationship with the Lord, then I'll be able to push the young men towards excellence.
Absolutely.
And we can continue to excel in the classroom, and then ultimately, hopefully that'll propel us to a championship.
Well, you heard it first. You heard it here, right from the horse's mouth. Coach Tony Elliott, University of Virginia. It's so many things I can say, but Coach, just thank you for the opportunity to kind of speak and share. You guys know what time it is. Go find the Wahoos, no matter what the situation is. And I'll say it. I've never said it before. Wahoo wah. You got it.
See, I'm finna go beast mode, and the rest of them know how I'm rocking. They know how I pop it. They say I'm a cheat code. The king of the monsters, the biggest. They know they in trouble when I get it.